remember I had Marianne Williamson on my show, and I told her, I really don't watch the news. And she goes, you need to watch the news. Like, you need to be informed, especially as like a white male. You need to know what's happening in the world. And I go, but you can get the news from different places. I don't need to watch the TV to get the news. I can check, Apple News or whatever, or get someone to tweet me something and check it out. And people are going to tell you the news no matter what.
Right. You can't really escape the news.
I try to focus on, I truly believe that when I focus on giving to people and service, I'm a happier human being. And research has backed science of happiness, that when you're in contribution to someone else, whether it's opening the door, buying a coffee, having a conversation, listening to someone when they're going through something, doing charity work, whatever it may be, that makes you the happiest when we're giving to others.
So I don't want to do straight up politics with you.
Give it to me, yeah.
I did not get an essay book of the things that you won't talk about, but I don't want to do politics with you because I think it's a good escape. This is meta politics in a way.
Of course.
But in a time like we live in right now, where politics seems crazy, everyone's trying to destroy each other, all of those things. Do you have any tricks that you use for yourself or that you've recommended to other people to scale back? I mean, one of the things I try to show people is that your worldview just can't be political.
Yeah.
If your worldview is just politics, you're always doing this. You've got blinders on, and you need a much bigger philosophical, religious, whatever it is, whatever your worldview is, it needs to be much wider. Do you have any tricks? Because it seems like everyone everywhere, and I know I'm sort of self-selected into this thing, because when anyone sees me at the store, they want to talk politics with me. But I do sense it's making people crazier. It's making people angrier. They just released this big study about how depressed people are right now. And
I remember when I started being an entrepreneur, after leaving my brother's, I paid $250 a month for my brother's place to have a room from his place, right? And I started making enough money to get an apartment for $495 a month. And it was the scariest thing to write a check for $495, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this next month. But I got the cheapest apartment I could in Columbus, Ohio. And I remember, and I didn't have a car at the time, so I was walking everywhere. And I remember saying to myself, I'm not going to get a TV. And for the first few years, I didn't have a TV, and I just focused on my mission and my vision, which was creation, which was getting customers and sales and adding value to those customers and clients. And not having a TV was a big blessing. I love movies and I love TV, so I would go to the movies all the time, but I wouldn't allow myself to browse and see chaos on a screen until midnight and then go to sleep with nightmares from the chaos. So personally, I remember I had Marianne Williamson on my show, and I told her, I really don't watch the news. And she goes, you need to watch the news. Like, you need to be informed, especially as like a white male. You need to know what's happening in the world. And I go, but you can get the news from different places. I don't need to watch the TV to get the news. I can check, Apple News or whatever, or get someone to tweet me something and check it out. And people are going to tell you the news no matter what.
Right. You can't really escape the news.
I try to focus on, I truly believe that when I focus on giving to people and service, I'm a happier human being. And research has backed science of happiness, that when you're in contribution to someone else, whether it's opening the door, buying a coffee, having a conversation, listening to someone when they're going through something, doing charity work, whatever it may be, that makes you the happiest when we're giving to others. So when we're focused on self and what we don't have, suffering is the result of obsessive, self-centric thinking. So when I'm thinking of the news, this is not working in my favor. This is an outrage, or I'm not happy about this because it's not helping me. You're going to be unhappy. And I'm not saying you shouldn't fight for what you want and have things to change. Sure. But if you want to be happier, focus on other people, focus on service. And also don't watch the news. And as media companies ourselves, we want people to watch us. But I think focus on things that bring you joy. I think as adults, we don't play enough. In my studio, I got a Frisbee, and we love to work hard. Our team works hard, but I'll grab Matt, our COO, or my friend, and I say, we need 5 minutes just to throw the Frisbee. Like, we need to play. Who plays anymore?
I know.
Especially if you can't go outside, you can't do this. Who's playing?
Well, I'm chasing a 1-year-old dog.
Exactly, right?
So that,
But I'm like, a big advocate of play over watching TV. Go do something fun. I went out to, I've been in LA for 8 years. How long have you been here?
About 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, 7.5.
Literally 2 days ago, the first time I went to Franklin Canyon Lake or Park. Have you been to this place?
I don't even know what that is.
This is 10 minutes from here. It's a lake in nature of like 100 acres in the middle of LA where you can't see the city. It's literally in the middle of Mulholland Drive.
Never heard of this place.
It's unbelievable. I saw a photo of it on Instagram.
We got a lake?
We got a lake and like ducks and turtles and everything. And I went there on Sunday with my girlfriend and our dog, and it was just like, we're in nature, we're hanging out. I'm not watching TV, I'm not on social media. I'm a big salsa dancer. I love
Really?
salsa. For 15 years, I've been salsa dancing around the world. I play guitar. I like to play sports, work out. I'm just like, go do something that's going to contribute and benefit your life and contribute and benefit someone else's life. When you do those things, you're going to be a better person. I'm learning Spanish. I'm trying all these different things that get me away from the train wreck of the news. So that's what I recommend. Don't obsess yourself into what's not working for you. Go be the change.
Do you sense that right now, because of Corona, because of protests, because everything is so seemingly chaotic, that people are becoming more receptive to the type of stuff you're talking about? Because I can just, for me, like, I started gardening since we started doing this. So I'll show you when we get out of here. We got we're growing a ton of great stuff out there.
Some carrots, man.
I don't know carrots. I got tomatoes, I got cucumbers, I got zucchini, I got broccoli, peppers. But like I started doing that. I'm cooking a lot more. David usually cooks a ton, but now I'm barbecuing all the time, and like I'm refining some skills, and like I think there's a unique opportunity in this mess to either come out of it more skilled, more refined, more passionate about what you do, or maybe realize that what you were doing before isn't what you want to do, or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Versus some people that I think are just going to have slogged through it and not really thought about their life critically enough, and then they'll just be on the other side and the world will be different. And
I'm on both sides here. If you need to take a pause and rest for these last 3 months because you've been go nonstop for 10 years and you had never taken a pause in your life, this is the most beautiful time for you to sit around and do nothing and read a book and lounge and not hustle. So for some people, I think that is what you need. And personally, my philosophy is I feel like this is what the world needed in general, is for us to take a pause. With technology being so fast, with us on social media, most people are on their phones 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and a lot of it's social media. It's like, what are we consuming our time with? It's not what we're supposed to be doing all day.
pretty sure it's not making us happier.
It's not making us happier. It's making us more neurotic of like, I need more likes, I need more follows, I need to, what's happening in the news? It's just, it's craziness. And so for some, I think, don't do anything, and that's what you need. You need to reevaluate why your life isn't working, why this relationship. I'm seeing so many people, I'm not sure if you're seeing this, a lot of big personalities are posting, we're getting a divorce. We're going through a breakup. You're finally evaluating your relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you're trapped in the house with someone every minute for 3 months. You might start going, do I like this guy?
You can't escape anymore. So I think people are getting clear on what they want
Yeah.
because they haven't been clear for a long time. Maybe partly, but not fully. So for some people, you need a pause. You need a break. You need to evaluate. You need to take inventory of everything in your life and create a new game plan moving forward. You need to find some coaches and mentors and have a game plan and go take action. For other people, I'm kind of in the middle. I feel like I've hustled more in my business. I've hired more people. I've been like more creative than ever. But I'm also going to the park and relaxing with my girlfriend and my dog on the weekends, which I would never do. And I'm taking that time to be in nature. So I feel like I'm trying to do both and balance my personal life, but then work, going kind of all in and getting clearer, like what does our audience need right now? What does our customers need? What do they need for the next 5 to 10 years if this doesn't change? So I'm a little in the middle, and I have empathy for both sides. But I think if you can rediscover what you want to do in your life and who you want to become, whether you take action on it now or just discover it now, that's what we should be doing.
How do you decide how much stuff to put out there in the midst of all this? Because a lot of what you're talking about is to ease up on this stuff, go live your life, get out there in nature, et cetera, et cetera. I think I mentioned to you last time, like people say to me, Dave, why don't you do an interview every day? Do 5 interviews a week, do 7 interviews a week. And we do 1 or 2, and then I obviously do some other stuff. And it's not for a lack of time, but it really, in many ways, is for a respect of my audience.
People's time.
Yeah, like it's because it's like if you listen to me, then hopefully you listen to one of your episodes. Maybe you listen to Sam Harris or Joe Rogan or whatever. It's like I want you to. That's great. If you give a couple hours of your week to this stuff, that's fantastic. But I don't want you to give 40 hours of your week.
Right.
I don't even want you to give 20 hours of your week to this. So like I think it's important what we're doing. It's valuable what we're doing.
Yeah.
But how do you decide like what's enough and what's too much?
I look at it in 3 factors. One is like, what is my audience, what I think my audience wants, and my intuitive side of what I think they're going to want or need. What works for me personally, like I don't want to be on every day doing an interview either. It's a lot of energy. What personally works for my life, my lifestyle, my vision for the future, and then what does the data say?
If you'd like to be inspired, motivated, and educated by some of the most successful people around the world, check out the School of Greatness full episode playlist right over here. And if you'd like to see Lewis Howe's interview with me, click right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.